This is going to be week 6 of the manuscript speech. I'm going to begin. When your child is diagnosed with autism, you don't realize how many and what challenges that you will face. Unfortunately, with the diagnosis of autism, there is no book, manual, even referred to for assistance. Some parents are given the diagnosis from their doctor. But when they ask where to go from here, there is no real game plan. Autism itself presents a challenge in just the diagnosis of it. Autism is not a condition you can immediately identify just by looking at it outside of a child. With a diagnosis, one of the first challenges that a parent will face brought to reality, it has to be conquered. With that victory opens a whole new can of challenges that will come to pass. Autism is a condition that affects the person for life, from birth, childhood, and adolescence, all the way to adulthood. Autism does not go away, or something that can be cured by a pill, herb, or some special diet. Autism is treatable through rehabilitation, certain medications, and therapies. The purpose is another challenge for parents because autism affects each child in a unique way. Finding what works and what doesn't takes a lot of time. Plus, what works for a while will sometimes, and you have to start all over again. In fact, Google autism cure, and there is a Pandora's box of information, and medical professionals all have the cure. In addition, some even promise there is a magic pill out there for the cure of autism. They have it for $19.95 for shipping and handling. They'll take Visa, MasterCard, and Discover, and American Express. As a parent, you would do anything to help your child to cure child's disease, illness, or a condition. When a parent cannot do this, it hurts to the heart, to the ego of the parent. They cannot shield or protect their children. As a parent, nothing will stand in your way to help your child in their time of need. With the wide range of spectrum of the autism disorder comes with a wide range of the issues relating to the disorder. No child with autism has the same issues, quirks. The best answer I've been able to find, if the answer is why is their brain wired differently than a typical person, there is none. Unfortunately, the brain can be rewired through education and rehabilitation. Parents, I know the challenges that you will face. And yes, they are difficult. Therapy is not easy, and it's not cheap by no means. Sometimes therapy of your child will receive will be almost seem pathetic. But there have been and will be times that you actually want to strangle the therapist because they just don't get it. Sure, our whole world can be scheduled around the clock, but let's face it, that's not reality. I mean, what I mean by get it, dealing with the tantrums, the late sleepless nights, and the contest of trial and error in putting up prevention devices to keep your child safe in the home. Another way of not getting it, by trying to plan your life around a written schedule of the same thing every day, like that really does exist. Looking for toys that they can't swallow, or use a device to get out of the way from sight. For instance, my house, it's Fort Knox. We have a lock on almost every door in the house, gate to almost every corridor in the house, and a system of going out the door to watch for my son so he doesn't follow. Those are the personal challenges that a parent will face while having an autistic child. But with those challenges, there are some great rewards, no matter what the size. For instance, your child making eye contact when you speak to them and understanding what you're saying. Your child finding some way to communicate rather than typical or not, where you can understand what they're saying. For instance, our son will take our hand to what he wants. Sometimes just knowing whether it's yes or no What he wants is a breakthrough. Some things will catch you by surprise. Playing like a typical child, or using words that you and your speech therapist have tirelessly worked over and over again. No, these will not replace the frustration nor the times of losing your mind, but it will help some going forward. As a parent, you will experience levels of frustration, jealousy, and sometimes you may think, yeah, you really don't lose your mind. There will be times that you'll look at a typical child, and yes, it will be hard to see, and yes, you ask the question, why can my child do that? But here's the deal with that answer. They can, but it will take more time and work for them to get there. Enjoy the things that are accomplished. None are left behind or seen or will not come to pass. Unfortunately, this thought will not replace what you feel. But what you do with that feeling is up to you. If you can, look towards the positive. And by the way, no one was given a guarantee that they would be blessed with a particular child or not. Some will say it was God's will, or you've been chosen because you're a special person to be able to take care of a special soul. Remember one thing. Mother Nature is not perfect, nor is there a list of what you get with it. Try to enjoy what you have rather than what you don't. Remember, being a parent is not easy task because if it was, everybody would do it. One of the hardest things I've had to deal with having an autistic child is the public. Unfortunately, people tend to stare at things that they don't understand or someone that is different. Unfortunately, with some children that are autistic, they look typical on the outside, but the behavior is not the norm. And one thing will happen probably over and over and over again. Yes, it will still irritate me every time. The best defense during this rude act of staring is staring right back. That tends to break the person from observing your child so intently. To be advised, your child will act out when it's most inconvenient times, just like any other typical child would too. Trust me, actually more. Your child may squeal and make noises that you would not think possible, and yes, this will be annoying. Let go. Let him be him or herself for a change. So what if people stare? They make themselves look like fools. One of the best t-shirts I've ever saw on a child who was autistic said, I'm autistic. What's your problem? We'll just leave that at that. I could go on and on about several challenges parents face with children that are autistic, but unfortunately, I'd probably bore you to death. The challenge that parents faces with a child that has a disability seem to be endless. The rewards that you receive, no matter how small, will be priceless. These are some of the challenges that you will have to overcome and conquer with having a child diagnosed with autism. You may have to face it. You must face this on a daily basis. You will be there for this child and help them face their challenges from birth to adolescence and to adulthood. You will be the one that will help them break through the walls and barriers that stand in their way. Hopefully this is helpful for parents that have autism. Good luck.